Welcome back, everybody. Today we are starting out by fighting Elvarg and completing Dragon Slayer 1. I flinched her for most of the fight. I tried Mage, it didn't work. So we're just gonna go ahead and rip off Elvarg's head here. An iconic moment. I don't know how we fit it in our pockets, but we do. And with that, we are going to be able to go finish the quest. And here we are, finishing up the quest. Very, very nice. A lot of good experience. And we are now able to buy ourselves full runes. So let's go do that, shall we? Alright, time to get our best in slot armor for a long time. Grab ourselves the rune plate legs here at whatever this dude's name store is. And then we come back here and get ripped off buying a rune plate body so that we can have ourselves full rune. And here we go, this is me in the future. Hello. Nice little quick pull for some Guardians of the Rift, and we got a nice little surprise in here, which was kind of fun. Not only did we get the Abyssal Pearls, but we got ourselves a Dragon Spear. This guy said he will give me better loot if you like the video and subscribe. Thanks. Let's go do some quests. Ernest the Chicken. Shiloh Village completed. Doing a little bit more of the pulls for Guardians of the Rift, and we got ourselves our first useful unique. We got ourselves the Abyssal Lantern. That's going to cause some interesting things here in the future. We'll go over that when the time comes, but it's going to make the Guardians of the Rift grind better, but I have some other skills that I gotta do, and I might want to try to do Redwoods by the time we're done, but that's such high levels to be able to do that. I don't know. Let's go back to quests for a while. This guy here, Savant, how you gonna go and hit these characters, these White Knight Paladin dudes, for 70 each? Like, I've never seen someone barrage that hard before. And then he's like, oh man, I'm so powerful, look at me go. And Savant's like, oh my god, they're so weak now. Like, I've never cast barrage and then felt weak afterwards. If anything, I cast barrage and I felt stronger. And then we just go and staff whack this dude right back at him. Okay, I'll do Fire Strike, but still, what is even this quest? Either way, here's Wanted completed, Nature Spirit completed. I realized I forgot to record me going through Fairy Tale Part 1. This clip is me unlocking fairy rings. I immediately started Fairy Tale Part 2. I actually ended up getting really easy items this time, which was really nice. In my King Collect series, I ended up getting a Snapdragon as one of the items, which was very difficult to do with my restrictions. But I want to say I got some easy stuff from it. I know I was able to get it pretty quick. I think I needed to travel to Mauritania at one point, not just for the shears, but yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. But because we got to this part of Fairy Tale Part 2, we are now able to use fairy rings. So that's going to be huge for the account. It's going to be my best way to get around places. Even if I get teleport spells, there's just so many useful fairy rings around that it's just going to be really worth it for the long run. We came to the Nature Spirit Grotto to try to get an axe upgrade. The steel axe just wasn't going to cut it. We ended up getting mithril axe. I was really hoping to be able to get a higher tier axe at some point, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case. But mostly I wanted to be able to come here because we're gonna have to do a lot of wood cutting and fire making to be able to have a good use for the Abyssal Lantern. The benefits don't really start becoming worthwhile until you hit U-logs, which is 60 wood cutting and 60 fire making, so we got a lot of AFK ahead of us, I would say. We are about to hit 50 mage, which is pretty big because it's Ivan's Blast. I decided to come to the Blue Dragons because I was tired of Nature Spirits, and I ended up getting like 48 mage on the Nature Spirits, but now we have 50 mage, which means we could now do Ivan's Blast which is huge because that's going to be probably one of the spells that I use for a very, very long time. We just got done Jedi mind tricking some crazy dude who didn't want to let people pass into the afterlife, and that's Ghost Ahoy completed. That's big because we're going to use the Ecto Fungus for 43 prayers, so let's get to it. And with these couple bones here, 43 prayer, this is huge for the account because now we have all of the protection prayers, which means I am 98% safer for at least most of the content that I'm coming up to here in the future. And we'll finish off Animal Magnetism, get ourselves a nice little boost of experience, but also the Attractor, which is going to be big because I need to level up my range here very, very, very soon. We have some more pulls, and once again, something a little bit interesting. So while I let this clip play out, from this point on, there's a very good chance that I'm not going to show every time I start doing the pulls, just because we're going to start getting duplicates. It's not going to be that interesting, and I can only say so many cool things before it's not cool. So it's unfortunate, but especially towards the end of the grind, I'm probably going to be doing like 100, 200, 300 pulls at a time, and that is just too many. This time around, we get enough Abyssal Pearls that we are able to go and grab the rest that are in our bank, and we should be able to get ourselves the Temple of the Eye, Guardian Robe, Bottoms of the Eye, whatever they are, the boots. We got the boots, which is great. So probably less pulls in the clips unless something interesting happened from here on out, so just keep that in mind. We'll be doing Guardians of the Rift passively for quite a while. Here we go. We finished Big Chompy Bird hunting, which is kind of big, and I'll explain why here in future videos. Completing Fremenic Trials. So something really, really cool is my fiance and I, this is a joint channel of ours, and we decided to do Fremenic Trials together. I had trained up my stats quite a bit more than she had, and so when it came to this fight, I had to make sure that I didn't have my Ring of Life on, because I remember what happened last time. But yeah, so I took down my dude, and you know, it was really fun. I really enjoy the moments where her and I are able to do content together, because you know, it's a game that her and I can truly just play together and not have to worry about any kind of nonsense, really. So you know, it's kind of fun. She's over there, and she's kind of getting her butt handed to her. I think at this time she was barely 30s for her melee stats, so I started getting my butt handed to me a little bit. I don't know why I wasn't using prayer when I should have. Whatever my reasoning was probably dumb. And I had someone make fun of me for my food usage. Oh, there we go. Now I start using prayer. My food usage. Yes, I cooked and ate all of those sardines that I caught, and I also in going through the mackerels. At this point, I come over to here. I'm like, babe, look how ridiculous the last phase is. I'm gonna die. And I started like freaking out, and she's like, oh my god, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, oh no, whatever will I do? I don't know why she ran away. I think she was sad for me. I don't know, probably not. Go ask her on one of her videos. But yeah, so it's a safe death. You don't actually die. You get down to 1 HP here, and you get knocked out, and then they're like, oh my god, you did so good. So with that out of the way, we completed Fremenic Trials, which is going to be really good for later. Alright, so this is ripped from a stream that I did. We finished up Underground Pass, and there's going to be a couple clips of this. I'm not going to really stream this account too much. This was on my main Twitch page. I think what I might do for streams in the future, I might do a couple streams here and there on YouTube only of progress. But we finished up Underground Pass. I did not fall all that many times. I think I fell like 4 or 5 times, so it was pretty good. We start Regicide right away, and then we just immediately go and boom. Haha, you thought I was gonna say I finished Regicide. Well, no, I ended up needing a little bit of money so that I could charge my staff, and so we went to the best place for me to go get money, and that is the agility pyramid. Yes, I have mackerels and sardines. I know. Don't worry, my food will eventually get better, probably, I hope. But yeah, so we got some money so that we can then go and imbue our Ivan staff. Here we are talking to this guy here, and he's like, oh, I'll imbue your staff for you for 200,000 gold. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of money. And then we come back, and this is probably one of the weirdest things I've seen. So this quest is so old. That blue square is indicating that my character is in the tent as it's burning. I'm just saying. Alright, coming back, and we have finished Roving Elves. I don't know where the completion screen for Regicide went, but you'll just have to take my word that we did it. Quest complete. Here we go, 63 mage. This is really big. I did it in Falador on purpose because then we go over and talk to Kaylee over here. We get ourselves a wizard's mind bomb with a little bit of money. Then we run over, drink the mind bomb, get into Wizard's Guild, run upstairs, and we get our best in slot, best awesome cool stuff mystic. It's just regular mystic. It's pretty bad actually, but it's gonna be better than wearing my graceful for my mage gear, so it's an upgrade, I guess. Maybe we got a duplicate lantern. One of our very few uniques that we've gotten, and we've already gotten a duplicate. That is such a kick in the face. Hopefully we don't get too many more duplicates. I have found that it is time for myself to become a man. I was gonna do purple skin, but I completed all of the quests, or the one quest where I needed to be a female, so it's time to transform into our final form. Everyone say hi to Jesus, aka me. Coming back here with Future Me, we finished up Lunar Diplomacy on a stream, and I thought it was really funny because we came to the conclusion that every quest, everything you do is fine if you give people alcohol, and you can desecrate graves and dig them up if you say it's for a quest. So there is Lunar Diplomacy done, which is going to be huge because now we can do Repair Pouch. Coming in, finishing up Morning's End Part 1. This was not as bad, but I am not looking forward for the next big quest. It's gonna be disgusting. Morning's End Part 2. It is a quest that everybody dreads doing, but we need to do it in order to make death runes. So Morning's End Part 2, finally we can make death runes. We have the death talisman. Everything is as it should be. That's good. That feels really good. Alright, so I'm coming in, wrap up the episode. So there's a lot of progress we made. We can now make death runes, which is pretty big. We end up getting a unique here, which is also pretty awesome. The next big hurdle that we're gonna have to get around is blood runes, and for blood runes I need to do Sins of the Father, and that's a really big problem because Sins of the Father has some really scary fights in it that I have to worry about, so buckle in because things are about to get really spicy as this blue dye.